And so for a guy who cuts his own hair, I really think I do a pretty good job. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Revolver Live, the gaming podcast.
Did you just humble brag about giving yourself? I mean, that wasn't even a humble brag.
I wasn't trying to be. It's someone who, look, a guy who he cuts his own shit.
I don't understand.
He cuts his own shit.
Are you cutting your beard? What kind of monster are you?
Damn.
A monster that likes to look fucking good. Yeah, look, Beauty and the Beast.
We got some beard on beard idealisms clashing right now.
Briar, why could you just love me for me? Okay? I buy trimmers. I want to use them bitches.
I want you to change. I like that ass, but I need you to change.
Damn.
At least you're fucking honest. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Revolver Live, the gaming podcast that says forget the past because the future belongs to us, the nerds. I'm the Beastly Gamer, today joined by the Revolver Live co-hosts, Briar Rabbit and Mr. Wilson. Briar, how you doing this week? I haven't seen you in 2 weeks. Happy Mother's Day, everybody.
That's right. Happy Mother's Day. We didn't do a podcast last week because it was Mother's Day. This week, I fucked up. And I took a drive out to Micro Center. So there's no Micro Centers in Connecticut. Ooh. The closest one is in New York State. I had to drive out to New York State. I got to say, I was pretty reasonable. All things considered.
Define pretty and define reasonable.
All right. Neither of those words have ever been used about me separately.
Fair enough.
But so if you don't know, On Air PC sent me a new Threadripper processor and a new motherboard to go in my streaming PC. So we're upgrading the streaming PC. So hopefully, as of Tuesday, the stream quality is going to go up a notch. But as we were talking about it, we weren't quite sure if the new motherboard, which is bigger, was going to fit in the old PC case. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to drive out to Micro Center because I knew it was out there. I've never made the journey out there to Mecca. And I gotta say, it was pretty awesome. I mean, they have we don't have stores in Connecticut that sell PC parts. I mean, there's Best Buy that sells a few parts, but it's really limited supply. Being able to go there and they have 100 different cases all in stock.
Oh,
they have any keyboard that you could possibly want. They have every mouse you could possibly want. They have a mouse pad rack. Right? I mean, I'm looking at CPU coolers. I'm just looking at all this shit. I mean, the one thing that I bought that was really silly, okay, was this. I'm going to show it up on the screen. It's a addressable RGB strip to go inside the PC. But I just want to know, it costs $30, right? I want to know how much the spinning box cost.
Oh, yes.
How much? What portion of my $30 went to developing
at least
this box?
I would have bought that shit, taken that out, and put something really cool in there, and that would have been it.
I was actually thinking of something like that for my tower as well. That you could just put that in there and kind of line the outside of the box so you have extra RGB lining. Awesome.
Yeah, so it just lights it up, makes it look pretty.
So I'm starting to get a picture here. Yeah. You said you did pretty well. You did okay.
Pretty well. Yeah.
You were able to get back in the house, I presume, because I see you here now.
Yeah, I snuck in the house.
You spent an extra $30 on something else. He left, ho hum. How much did you end up spending? In what range? A couple $100?
Hold on. Before he answers that, there's going to be an answer he tells us offline and an answer that he tells us on stream. Because this is how I picture Briar before leaving. I imagine he unlocked his office window, pulled up the back entrance, and just started stuffing shit through the window. Came in the door with one little tiny bag. And I was like, I'm good. I got what I wanted, babe.
Got what I wanted. It was $30. Yeah. So I bought the case. You can see the case behind me. It's the case I bought was if anybody wants to know, the Fractal Define R6, which is a nice big case with a lot of storage bays for drives. Because my goal is I still have a Mac in my office that I use for video editing. All my video editing gets done on the Mac in Final Cut Pro. I've actually taken a couple online courses over the last couple of months to start learning Adobe Premiere. Sorry, the name escaped me for the second. And I want to move all my YouTube editing stuff to Windows so I can kind of stop it's very confusing right now. I have like multiple Elgato capture cards set up and like a very odd. My audio has to go to my audio. I have a Yamaha mixer, and my audio has to go to 2 separate PCs and a Mac. So it's very strange.
That sounds like a nightmare.
To set it up, it was pretty crazy to set up, and if something goes wrong, it's very hard to troubleshoot. But when it's working, it's working. But yeah, I mean, I basically bought a case of a power supply, and I bought like these very fancy green towels and zip ties and microfiche. Yeah, it's always nice to have some microfiber towels around for cleaning your stuff.
You don't need to hear this, but you work very, very hard. You're extremely dedicated, and you deserve what you want, not just what you need. Hence the RGB lighting. You deserve what you want, and from the bottom of our hearts here,
it spins. I haven't even installed it. I'm already having fun with it.
He's got spinners on his RGB.
I got spinners on my RGB.
Yo, those 20s or 22s, dog.
He didn't know it. He didn't know it until he started fucking with the bag. He thought something broke. He opened the bag and it flipped sideways. Oh, this is an added perk.
Are you gonna be putting this together on stream, Briar? Are you gonna be doing this on your own
tomorrow?
time?
Tomorrow we're gonna do it. I'll probably start around noonish, and we'll just do the whole PC build like we did the last one. Nice. The last one is much more like a gaming PC. This one is gonna be much more of a workhorse, right? It's gonna be a streaming PC. There's gonna be multiple. The thing's got 6 drive bays in it. No, it's got 8 drive bays in it, including the 2 for the smaller ones for the SSD. I won't be populating them all. I'll be water cooling it with the AIO, not like a custom water loop. And it'll be fun. We'll do that tomorrow on stream.
Damn, you're ready. That building shit for the birds. I'd rather have On Air PC build mine. Check out On Air PC, our beloved sponsor.
Right.
But continuing on, Mr. Wilson, I haven't seen you in 2 fucking weeks either, man. I missed you. How you been doing?
I've been doing great, man. Like I said right before we went live, I feel like I've been playing Destiny 2 like a full-time YouTuber, but not making any content. I've just been playing it.
Or money because of YouTube.
We'll just fire up that stream, man, so we can hang out and play with you.
I know, man.
Just fire it up. Just hit the live button. It's right there. It's just start streaming. It's right there. One click.
No excuse. You're really right, dude. Like no excuse at all. But like we're gonna have plenty of time to talk about Destiny. But I've been getting ready I got a big music festival coming up, about anywhere from 20 to 25,000 people, and it's about 4 minutes down the road. So yeah,
easy money.
Getting ready for that, definitely. But dude, I've found this new thing on Twitch that I've been really excited to tell you guys about. It's called bit races. And I've told you guys about the randomizers before with video games. For those who don't know, Link to the Past and some popular games do randomizers where they randomize item locations and
enemy locations.
A whole new way for people to play the game. Well, they started these things called bit races where now chat can donate bits to interact with your in-game experience. So for instance, there was a race between 2 gentlemen doing Super Mario World for Super Nintendo, but it's called a Kaizo hack. Now, if you're not familiar with Kaizo, they're incredibly difficult Master Mario levels. I'm talking, you got to grab a turtle shell, jump up, flick it against the wall, bounce it back, jump on it, catch another one, and do that like 3 times to get over certain parts. And meanwhile, keeping that momentum the entire level. Like this is next level shit. Well, on top of that, people could donate bits and then type a command in chat that would do things like, I don't know. There was one called Airstrike, which would just send in tons of bullet bills from all kinds of directions in their game while they were playing. You could add ice. You could add water physics. So imagine trying to run through a castle where all the stuff is coming down really fast from the ceiling, but you can only try to swim through. Like you could give them an item. You can, add items, take time, all different kinds of stuff.
Is this officially supported through Twitch?
This is supported through Twitch, and the way they do it is right now they're running it off emulators so that they could have it on their computer, and it's basically hooked up to a network. But they're doing it in a way to where you could hook up like your flash ROM cartridge to your computer and stuff and play it right off a console, basically. And it's connected to like a live network, and there's 0 latency. So you could sit there and wait for the perfect moment, knowing that this guy has to make this big jump, donate bits for an ice effect, and as soon as his character hits the platform, he just slides right off. And these ice effects last for like a minute, and it's really amazing. So today I saw one with Link to the Past, and this guy, his Twitch name is Andy, just Andy. He got super lucky, Andy. And just Andy. And so he's one of the best speedrunners of the game, and people watch his streams enough to know like his route and what he has to do. And you could do things like, let's see, I got it written down here. You could take a whole heart container away from him as if he never earned it if you donate a certain amount of bits.
What?
You could take bombs, you can add ice effects, you can remove arrows, rupees, bombs, magic.
So does this only work in a negative way against the player?
No, you can add buffs, but like what fun is that? You want debuffs. You want these guys got world records. You don't want them.
Wait a minute.
To
like
see.
if I'm in a race, like let's say me and Beastly were playing Link to the Past, right? And we were racing on stream. Is my chat trying to hurt my chances? I would hope they would help me out, man. Like I need some help here. Go, donate me some hearts. Give me the hearts. Give me the Master Sword. Go give Beastly money and fuck him up, not me.
Okay, hear me out. If you guys were doing a race, right? so they randomize the same file so that they both have the same randomizer.
Like
they
a
just
seed
don't
file kind of thing.
Yeah, totally. So you upload the ROM, you randomize it, you copy the file and send it to each of the players so that they have the same randomizer, but they haven't played it yet. If Beastly was in first place, people might start helping you, Briar. You know what I mean? They might start doing shit to Beastly, but the moment that you get in the lead, they're gonna start
you would help
fucking
me,
you.
right? You would help me.
You got.
I'm sure there's
They're
some
all
here
like,
that
nah, Briar. You misunderstand our relationship.
They don't want the race to end. You know what I mean? So they want to affect the player. For instance, there was a crucial spot that you have to check. It usually has a good item in a randomizer. There is logic. It won't lock you out. So there is like a natural progression areas that you want to check first and stuff like that. And he had to bomb this wall when he knew that there was a good item on the other side of this wall. And right as he was getting ready to pick up and throw a bomb, someone donated and took 10 of his bombs away. So he didn't have one. So he had to turn around, start walking away, got 2 screens away. Somebody gave him a bomb. He went back up 2 screens, went to bomb, and somebody donated and took it away. So they're just constantly trolling him like he's going around. Same thing with, there's a spot where you have to go see Zora behind the waterfall and pay him 500 rubies to get an item. And right when he got up there, someone took 50 rubies from him, and it was like 5 minutes lost. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's super interesting. The whole time that the streamer's getting paid. You know what I mean? Like they're getting bits, so it's worth the suffering.
It should be called a human suffering experiment, and to see just how depraved your friends can be.
It's like,
your friends fucking you over.
I would love to do this, right? Like I would love to do this, but I wouldn't want to do it against Wilson because he knows that game inside and out.
He sure does.
I'd wanted to do it against a normie like me, who played Link to the Past in the '90s, but doesn't really remember it. Maybe we should set something up, Beastly, with Wilson officiating.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah, I'd do it.
I could commentate. Like you guys would have to do a couple practice runs. You guys would have to get through a randomizer run. So
or maybe we just do the randomizer run, but we just got to beat like 2 dungeons or something instead of like the entire game.
You could set it. Okay. So with Link to the Past, you can do first person to the Master Sword. You can do first person to kill Aghanim and enter the Dark World. You could do
these fucking names.
You could do all crystals. Yeah,
me too.
You could do all the crystals, or you could do the defeat Ganon the entire run.
That's hardcore.
So you could break it down. So you could do like a small light world only randomizer.
Yeah, that works.
Dude, I like this idea. I really do. I think this would be fun, even if we didn't do it with like
Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I mean, man, it'd just be fun to like race against each other and have Wilson officiate it.
I'd love to commentate it too and be like, oh, we got some route diversions here, folks. Like,
I mean, we don't know where we're going. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't played that game in fucking 30 years.
It has literally been that long too.
I just fire it up and just do the 3 pendants and get to the dark world, reset, do it 1 or 2 more times, and then you're ready for the light world randomizer. You're good to go. Like,
Right, sure.
But if you guys, anyone listening or you two would like to watch any of these guys do this stuff, the guy that does a lot of the Mario Kaizo randomizer hacks, his Twitch name is Grand Pooh Bear, just like it sounds, Grand Pooh Bear. The guy that normally does Link to the Past is Andy, just Andy.
It's almost as good as Grand Pooh Bear.
And then there is...
I want to watch Andy for sure, because Link to the Past I got some love for. I'm going to look at him right now.
There is a channel called Speed Gaming, Speed Gaming 2, Speed Gaming 3, and Speed Gaming 4. And a lot of these times, all 4 of these channels will go live at the same time.
Oops.
And have these different races going. And it's community. You can sign up. If you're into that kind of stuff, you can sign up. You can get in there, and it's a lot of fun, man. It's really cool stuff to check out. So that was my week.
It sounds very interesting. My week has been pretty similar to, I think, last week. After I beat God of War, I delved into Shadow of the Colossus, the remaster on PS4. And immediately upon loading it up and playing it, my mind was taken back to a few months ago, maybe 2 months ago. We were speaking about this game, and one of the hosts said that this game looks like a PS2 game. And looking at my 4K monitor, my screen, and playing the game, I wanted to reach through time and grab this person by his neck. Oh, there you are, Briar Rabbit. Don't you ever talk about that fucking game like that again. That's one of the best looking games I got in my goddamn library. Don't you ever say that shit again. Thug life, cuz.
Okay. Have fun with your PS2 game.
You must be tripping. But
no, that game, like it does look a lot better, right? It's like when I said that, it was off of the E3 footage, and that E3 footage was like, like streamed multiple times before I watched it. But I gotta say, even looking at like the real life footage, it definitely doesn't look like a modern game. It looks great in 4K. They definitely did a nice job, like updating like the look of it. It looks more lush than it ever did before. The field of view is much bigger, but it's the emptiness and like the lack of like stuff in it still reminds me of the PS2. And like I'd love to see them actually like make like a sequel to that game instead of a second or third remaster. But it still doesn't look like a native PS4 game to me.
It totally does. You're wrong. But, opinions are opinions, like assholes. We can agree to disagree there. To me, it's one of the best looking PS4 games I have.
Asshole actually agrees with your opinion.
Absolutely. and so, look, check it out. I was playing, running around with Argo, my horse, in this game. And my kids, Kate, they were watching. They were really into, these bosses and stuff. And I looked at that world. And I was like, what if they populated this world like a Legend of Zelda? It would be the most amazing thing ever. They have the world made. There's just no enemies. And I guess at the time, it would have been too much to add that stuff. But yeah, the game is really incredible. And I'm probably halfway through it. My kids really want me to get back into it. And the rest of my week has been spent playing the new DLC from Destiny 2 Warmind. And it's been a lot of fun. Kate and I...
We're going to talk... That's one of our topics.
Yeah.
So before you talk about Destiny, yeah.
I'm not going to talk about it, other than to say that I've spent quite a bit of time, for the first time in a long time, playing Destiny and really, really enjoying it. In fact, my daughters are now playing Destiny on PC, and they don't want to play it on console. So I think that's really good for them. Nova and Nina, Nova's 7, Nina's 5, and they're really getting around. And Nova's probably about 3 or 4 hours into the game, going through the campaign.
Wow, really?
She accidentally
How old is Nova now?
Nova 7.
Time
She'll be doing trials. Right? She'll be doing trials.
She ascended early.
She accidentally stumbled into the crucible.
She'll be doing carries in a month.
Yeah, look, Kate and I are over there, we're going through our shit on our Destiny. And I look over and I'm like, what are you playing? She's like, I don't know. I'm following this guy. And she's in the fucking crucible. And all of a sudden she's getting murdered. And I explained to her what's going on. And she got the hell out of there. But that's been my week. And I guess my last 2 weeks. For those who are new to the show, Revolver Live is a gaming podcast with 6 revolving topics. We go live every Sunday at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/Briar Rabbit. The video is then shared on YouTube at Briar Rabbit's YouTube channel and my YouTube channel, Beastly Gamer. If you're unable to see the live video feed or the audio, or check out the audio podcast on iTunes, Podbean, or wherever you're doing your podcasting. It's been 2 weeks. I'm a little damn rusty. And now on to another touchy subject that I wanted to announce for everybody out there. Gary Diaz, our beloved co-host, has actually decided to step away from Revolver, his own choice. It wasn't any issue with us or Gary. It's just something he decided to do on his own. And we love Gary to death. We know you guys do as well. And we don't know at this point whether or not Gary will be back sooner or later. Hopefully at some point we'll see him again. But in the meantime, we love Gary. But we do have to revolve, and the show does have to go on.
I'm not going to lie. I told him I was pregnant. I haven't seen him since.
I thought it was the fucking royal wedding.
He told me he got hired by Sony Interactive. He told every one of us a different story. What? He told me he got hired by Sony Interactive. He gave me his email address, Gary Diaz 86 at Sony Interactive. He gave me an extension to his number and everything. I don't even know if I want to.
I heard he was working on the Yobo too.
Listen, say this, for the people who don't talk to Gary on Twitter, he's been, really, really excited about this royal wedding, and he's been talking about it. And I heard he was writing a blog about it, and then it finally happened. And so I don't know if he's following the royal wedding closely. I've actually seen that in some of our comments as well.
I watched the whole thing. I saw him 3 times in the crowd.
Damn, Gary.
He was the one jumping up and down, all giddy, clapping.
He was the flower girl.
He was the flower girl, but he was just handing out Vitas. He was just tossing Vitas instead of flowers.
But honestly, though, go ahead, Wilson.
I was just gonna say, in all seriousness, we do love you, Gary. We miss you, and we understand that you had to step away and stuff, and I'm sure everybody else will. But as
we hope
BC
they get
said,
you back. If we don't get you back, we'll love you anyway.
We always will. And that's from the heart. And so just for anybody watching who's maybe wondering, this, as I said, was completely up to Gary. There was no issue with any of us here. We love him to death, and he decided to step away. So we are going to continue on with the show, and whatever happens, happens. But you guys know how Revolver is. I was so choked up, I fucked up my intro, but you guys know I try. So we got a great show lined up for you guys this week.
I'd say it's above average.
Why
is
it
average? Average is a good word. I'm going to go with average.
No, I always ask.
I mean, it's a little on the spectrum, maybe.
Listen.
Look, the show is trying hard. The show is trying its best.
Yeah, well, I think we do that. Try hard's a little bit. But you never want average. If you ever ask your woman anything and she says average, find another woman. Maybe a foot shorter.
Man, she said average. I'm like, oh, we got marry her. Put a ring on that.
Would you say slightly above average?
Yes. I mean, look, if you can meet a woman and you can change her favorite zoo animal from a giraffe to an anaconda, then you're moving in the right direction. So,
what about from like a caterpillar to a earthworm?
I think you're still moving in the right direction, Frank.
The earthworm's got length, but the caterpillar's got girth.
And it's fuzzy.
I just have to say,
different colored, plethora of colors as well.
Look, the medical condition, I'd rather not talk about it on air.
That's some fucked up shit, Brian. Last night, Kate and I went to Longhorn to have dinner. We were celebrating our anniversary, and
we did the same thing.
Our waiter, this guy named Scott. I think he took a liking to me, and I didn't have any issue with it. He came and he got down real low, like on his knees to take our order. And, I'm looking at the guy talking, we're having a conversation. And he looked at me and said, "Are you just going to flirt with me right in front of her?" I said, "We just saw Deadpool 2, so sure." And so we sat there and laughed and talked, and he asked me my weight, and he told me about his weight because he used to do a ketogenic diet. And so I showed him, I flexed my arm.
Showed him the guns?
He used a very peculiar word, and he said, "Wow, you got so much girth." And he said, "Oh my God, that sounded so gay." So I just looked at him. I said, Thanks.
You were like, they call me the Atlanta Anaconda, right?
Scott. He said, please come back and visit. And the food was great. All right, so we got some great topics. I think we're going to lead with the big news of the last 60 hours or so, right, Briar?
60 hours? Try. Geez, I wonder how many hours I've actually put in. I think I put 60 hours in before we went to the raid for the first time.
Yeah, I think I'm infringing on like 80 to 100.
God, ever since Warmind came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Warmind, man.
Quick question though, before you do that, I mentioned to Kate last night that the podcast actually tried for the first time and failed on the first day of a new raid. And you guys, look at Briar. Oh, I'm so sorry. It took you guys 12 hours until everyone had to bow out. Were you guys able to go back and relive this nightmare and succeed?
Yeah, we even took a couple carries with us. We got a guy I've never heard of called Modern Tryhard and one of his clan buddies, I guess. I never heard of him before, but yeah, we helped them out too.
They're hella casual.
Hella casual.
For those listening and who don't know who Modern Tryhard and Chevy are, they were part of the world's first raid team. They carried us hard.
That's awesome.
It was an awesome experience, man. So let's talk about Warmind a little bit. I mean, first thing that you obviously jump into was the story. So I'd like to get everyone's take on the story and how they felt about that. You didn't love it, huh?
Stories in Destiny, even at their best, they're not great, right? And this one was okay. It could have been interesting. I was kind of getting a little bit excited about it because there's a couple of touchstones in this story that are pretty interesting to me as like somebody who watches like Bife videos, but not actually actively engaged in the lore of Destiny. Like Anna Bray is an interesting character because she's the first Guardian that I know of that remembers who she was before she was reawoken by her ghost. And that's interesting. Also, she's part of the Bray company, Clovis Bray, which, has all this history in Destiny. The Warmind is a very interesting character in Destiny. Yeah, he's been in, he was in Destiny 1 a lot. And he was in the Grimoire a lot too. He is interesting to me, and his at the end when you kind of get to talk to the Warmind, I thought that was the best part of the story because it was very interesting what he said, but there's no build up, there's no lead to it. Other characters like Nokris and Zul or whatever his name is felt very kind of forced in there.
Zul, Ghostbusters.
And even Anna Bray, I think somebody said that she basically felt like the Red Key, where her whole function in the campaign of Destiny or in the Warmind is to open one door.
Yeah, so, you know what? You're absolutely right.
It was better. I'll say it's better than the Osiris campaign, but it still wasn't great. Like it was fine.
So, yeah, I kind of got. I agree with Brian there wholeheartedly. For us, Kate and myself, the Destiny stories have never been, magnificent, on the edge of your seat with suspense. They've always kind of taken a back seat to the excitement of the play, to the moments that you're having with people, to the situations you find yourself in. But I really did enjoy the story a lot more than the last DLC, for sure. And I thought that some of the enemies, they had changed it up so much compared to what we had seen in the past. We kind of saw regurgitated enemies and animations from previous DLCs for forever. And it's like now with Warmind, they finally put something fresh in the game, and it made it breathed new life into it for me. But as Briar said, I thought the story was okay, as far as Destiny goes. But it wasn't anything that just, you're on the edge of your seat super excited about.
So my opinion on the story is, if you didn't pay any attention to Destiny 1 lore about Anna Bray, Clovis Bray, Rasputin, anything like that, you're not really going to get anything out of the story. I wouldn't call myself maybe as much like a lore nut, but
I would.
I love the lore, man. It's very interesting. It's super nerdy, and I love it. What I got out of it was Rasputin had this big mystery surrounding him. Is he the last Warmind? Does he have control over other war minds? Have we been communicating with him on Earth? Come to find out, his core mind has been on Mars the entire time, and we've been interacting with old fragments of Rasputin. So pieces that Rasputin technology he had gotten into and just kind of left a fragment of him behind. You know what I mean? So I feel like it was a very definitive part of the story that Rasputin basically woke up and said that he's going to defend humanity on his own terms, and he has no equal and all this stuff. I don't know. The ending was very frightening, in my opinion. It's kind of like,
no spoilers, but he basically is a god.
Yeah,
he's basically
he's basically fucking Skynet,
right?
basically.
He thinks he's a god, and like it sounds to me like he thinks he's like. I mean, this is obviously a spoiler, guys. He thinks he's like up there with the Traveler, right? Or superior to the Traveler, which is very interesting to me, right? It's like, because this is, to me, setting up that at some point we're going to have to fight with Warmind, right? He's going to be that rampant AI that, you know, Bungie's so fond of pitting us up against.
Yeah, it was cool. Nokris and Zol, I kind of feel like they could have done something more with that. I mean, Nokris is a hive god who has a brother who's a hive god, who has a father and aunts that are hive gods. You know what I mean? You're seeing the trend here. You know what I mean? It's a family of gods.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like they did him a little shy on the end story mission or whatever. And granted, Zol was the weakest of the worms, so I mean, it doesn't really surprise me. Did you guys get some Tremors Kevin Bacon vibes?
You said he was the weakest of the worms? Did you say he was the weakest?
Yes, he was the weakest of them. So
insane.
It doesn't really surprise me that, you know, we whoop that ass, you know, pretty
good. I'll be honest, though, I like both of the strikes that those two. I know a lot of people are like, they should have been raid bosses. It should have been grander. I guess I kind of agree with that. I'm not as invested in the lore as you guys, as Wilson you are, but like I like to watch Myland Games videos. I like to watch Bite videos. You know, it's interesting. It's just like I don't ever get any of this shit when I'm playing the game though. Like all the shit you just said, was not portrayed to me while I was playing.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta be into it, man, because when I was playing Destiny 1, when we were all playing Destiny 1, I think we all had the general consensus of what the fuck is Rasputin? Where is Rasputin?
Yeah.
And why isn't he interacting with us? You know what I mean?
A majority of players aren't hardcore. Most people aren't going to get the memo that you have to go to another source to get, you know, background details about characters that were never expounded on in the game and never really fleshed out.
Kind of like the Marvel movies, where some people go watch them casually and don't give a shit about the backlog and the history, and they might walk away entertained but might have a few questions about things, whereas you guys are going, oh no, this crossover in this universe.
This is very different though, because the Marvel movie started off as a comic book, so you already had the foundation. Destiny started off as a video game, and then they want you to go online to research and find all these things later. Most people buy a video game and they expect it to be all one centered specific experience.
Yeah, but it's the same thing of like, you know, not a lot of people read those comics growing up. I mean, I can guarantee you that a massive percentage of people didn't read those comics growing up. Like, I didn't read Guardians of the Galaxy.
Like,
I didn't read that.
I mean, like, I
didn't either. But I saw that movie, and I knew who these characters were from watching the movie. I didn't need to go read comic books or go onto like a wiki to learn about these characters. I felt like I got a complete story from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, me too.
I feel like I got character arcs from the movie. Mm-hmm. I did not get a character arc for Anna Bray.
That's fair enough, but I'm just saying, like, it's there. The story and some of the answers are there. Yeah. You just got to put a little bit of time and effort into it, which is not what people want. I get that.
Yeah.
I'm totally okay with putting down Destiny, and while I'm doing something else, learning up on the lore behind Destiny. If I want to listen to Bife's video, if I'm doing the dishes, if I'm at work blowing glass, or in the car on the way home, click that watch later thing.
I'm with you. Like, I like that stuff's there, but they need to do a better job of telling a coherent story when they do a campaign. Even if it's gonna be short like that, 2.5 hours, 3 hours. Like, they gotta get better at telling that story. Or maybe what they need to do is pull back a little bit on the epicness, right? Instead of having Anna Bray, Knockers, Zool, and the Warmind all be parts of this. Maybe you just want to focus on Anna Bray, right? You know, and give her a full 2.5 hours. You know, because
I feel like it was rushed. You know what I mean? Like Rise of Iron did a good job of telling you, in my opinion, what was happening, what was going on.
Yeah, that was
House of Wolves was a little short. It kind of suffered the same thing as this expansion, in my opinion. It was good, but forgettable. The story, it was forgettable. It's the stuff that happened up until you find out what's been going on with Rasputin and stuff like that.
Rasputin was definitely the best part.
Yeah, Clovis Bray, you could touch on that for 10 expansions and barely scratch the surface of Clovis Bray. But I'm in agreement. It was
Clovis Bray, basically, if you don't know, Clovis Bray is also the company that created the Exos. So, and there's actual like lore like hidden in the Grimoire. Do you know what the Grimoire is?
Yeah, it's actually in game now.
The Grimoire, is it in the game now?
It's in game. When you can go through a lost sector and activate the terminals, and it says, "Do you want to know more?" And then you click on it, and it tells you. It goes on like a 5-7 minute tangent about Exo lore.
I didn't know that. Okay, and that was the question I was going to ask.
Cade 6 is was made in Exo by the Bray family. So like in that, I was hoping they would go into that because Cade 6 is such an interesting character. You know, Anna Bray was introduced, you know, but there's so much they can do with that stuff. It's always disappointing when they don't.
Do you think that it would be beneficial to the audience, to the fan base, or just to the base of Destiny in general, to have like a bestiary or maybe an in-game glossary of characters and worlds and situations and history
100%.
That people could, you know, it'd be nice if like while your friends are in the tower, you can click on and find all this stuff just in game. Shows pictures and events of things that may have happened and lost worlds and
what I want, Beasley, to be honest with you, is I want them to improve their storytelling in game. Like absolutely, I feel like they need to do that. But I also want them to bring back the Grimoire from Destiny 2, from Destiny 1. Yeah. But I want them to make that accessible in the game. I'd like to see it on a website that's accessible, like from a computer. Like I like that, but I also want it to be in the game, accessible in game, maybe from a kiosk, and then randomly put up cards while you're like loading. Yeah, you can read a little bit while you're loading too, and learn a little bit about the world while you're loading from screen to screen.
For me, as someone who's never, you know, really visited the Grimoire, I've only played the game as it was presented when I bought it. Playing the game with someone like Wilson is like a wealth of knowledge. He tells me things. I remember we were talking about Destiny 1. He was telling me about kind of the landscape and what was out there and how it got there. And I was like, wow, that's really amazing. It would be nice for everybody who's playing the game maybe to have a Wilson and say, well, open up this and read about it.
Or just have it in game.
So it's here, so you can see
that much more immersive.
Yeah, I mean, to me, that's really important. It kind of segments the audience. You got some people who know a ton of information because they went that extra mile outside of game to learn about it, and you got people who are just playing the game and have no clue who the hell these people are. So, I mean, that's my point of view on it.
All right, let's move on from the story. Once you're done with the story, you start doing your end game activities, right? Is you start the level grind. The level grind is a little different this time, as they kind of took away strikes as a way to level up, which was, you know, one of the primary ways to level up. Now it's really focused on doing your milestones and running the Leviathan raid and the first raid lair, right? It's like, if you're not running the raid and the raid lair to level up your character, it's going to take you forever, because it's like 3/4 of your leveling up is done through the raids, right? And the milestones, what you get, like you can get like 6 or 7 powerful engrams by doing your milestones, and then you can get like 20 something from the raids.
Thanks, Willie, because Willie's going to be helping me out with that stuff.
Absolutely.
Oh my God!
So it's so different. Like you've got to like Briar said, usually you do the story, you get to the soft cap, you jump into strikes. You get legendaries, you get blues, you get exotics, you get to raid level, raid day, you go in, you stomp it out, you get out. This was a completely different experience. We hit that soft cap pretty damn quick. I had a lot of tokens.
Soft cap is like 340 or 345.
Yeah, 340, 345, and it is a freaking grind, man. So what we were doing was we were doing all of our milestones, but not turning them in. Then we would go do the Nightfall, get that drop, equip it. We'd go do the raid. Every drop or engram we got at the raid, we would stop what we were doing, go to the tower, turn it in, infuse it, go to the next encounter, get a higher drop. Then we'd do prestige. Then we'd do the challenge. Then we'd go do the raid layer. Then we'd go back to the regular Leviathan, use our keys to open up all the chests in the underbelly and get engrams and go turn those in. And we're talking, that was like a 12-hour day for like one character to get all that shit done. And that maybe got us up to like 360, 365, something like that. So we go in on raid day and we're like, we are good to go, man. 365, and noon rolls around, new raid layer is available. We click on it, recommended power level 380. And we're all in the 360s, and they just changed the delta. Yeah, they just changed the delta scaling for like damage and defense depending on how much light you have, power level. And we went into the raid, and I mean, we got through the first couple of encounters pretty quickly, man. But when you get to the end and you hit that 380 light level cap, and everything has a red bar with a red sword or a skull on it, you know what I mean? Like, it was tough.
I gotta say, I loved every fucking minute of it. It's fucking hard as hell, Beastly, especially if you're under leveled. But once you get to a high enough level, like if you hit 371, you all of a sudden you can one shot enemies with a hand cannon. You can clear out the ads pretty quickly. And what it becomes is it's mechanic heavy, but the mechanics all keep everybody moving and thinking and rushing around and communicating in a way that it's very fun, at least at the outset. Like, I thought that about King's Falls, the last fight in King's Fall. I remember Oryx, where, when we first completed Oryx, when he would drop those bombs, we were running around in circles while he was dropping the bombs, right? So, like, things change over time.
Yeah.
Like, strategies evolve for these raids. But right now, it's a lot of fun. It's not as visually stunning as the last raid lair. The last raid lair hit it out of the park. It was just like you'd never seen anything like it in Destiny. This one looks very much like the Leviathan, but the fun factor is pretty damn high.
I'll agree with you. It was very, like, when you first load in, it was very cool. You're on top of the Leviathan. You literally have this amazing skybox. Then you kind of go down inside, and you're like, okay, this is the Leviathan. And there's an instance where you get launched back up into space, and it's one of the most beautiful encounters in the game that I've probably ever seen. When you get launched into space, it's pretty dope. But there's a couple other things. The raid was cool. I want to talk about your favorite gear, Masterwork, Exotic, Catalyst. Have you guys been getting any? What stands out as your favorite? Briar, I think I already know what your favorite is.
Catalyst yet. I have not completed an Exotic Catalyst yet.
I think I know what your favorite Exotic is right now, though.
Yeah?
Can I take a guess?
Yeah.
Darcy.
Darcy's fucking awesome.
You love that? You like that sniper?
Oh my god, it does. Ooh. So Darcy's thing, when you lock onto an enemy, you do 4x damage.
4 times.
Really?
Yeah, you just mow down bosses. And if you're doing a strike playlist right now, they added the strike modifiers to the heroic strikes, and there's one, I think it's called heavyweight. Is that right? Where you get more heavy ammo drops and your heavy ammo does more damage. You can just plow through anything with that Darcy, man. That Worm God boss, you easily one phase him. He's down if you got 3 guys with Darcy's, he's easily down in like 3 to 10 seconds. It's like so fast. That thing is badass.
I got it, and it's like high level for me right now. I haven't even used it because I haven't really fucked with snipers.
Yeah, they also made an improvement to snipers recently. So if you didn't like snipers before, it's worth giving them another shot.
Yeah. Now my favorite weapon right now is not even from this DLC, but Sins of the Past. That rocket launcher is so amazing, so powerful, man. It just obliterates rooms full of ads. Yeah. And that's been my go-to now for like tough spots. Just jump back and let it loose, because upon the first explosion, you guys know you get a secondary explosion, and lots of times that secondary will clear out whatever's left. So that's been really my go-to. You guys like the new Soros that everybody got from Zone?
I like it in Crucible. When it starts spinning up in Crucible, it's really good. My favorite exotic so far is a toss-up between Borealis and Graviton Lance, both for Crucible reasons. Everyone said it was going to be a pain in the ass to figure out what the other team was running when they had their super up and stuff like that. We get all that information in competitive. So if you go into competitive and you pick up a Borealis that has the masterwork on it, if you break a corresponding enemy's shield, so if an Arc Strider's coming at you and you hit them with an Arc Bullet and it breaks their shield, you basically have the ability to one-shot body shot everyone with every bullet in your mag currently. So in competitive, you see, oh, Arc Strider's got his super up. Switch your shit to Arc, sit there, wait for him to pop it, hit him with it, and after that, the rest, there's no timer on it. The rest of your magazine, as long as you don't reload, will one-shot body shot Guardians in the Crucible.
That's fucking...
That's unbelievable. I'm surprised
tasty.
Briar hasn't jumped all over that one.
It's very hard. Well, Borealis is a PlayStation exclusive one, so that's why Briar hasn't jumped all over that one.
Man, that's fucking crazy.
A lot of people said it was, I mean, it's tougher to pull off in quick play because you don't have those super notifications when people have their super up. But other than that, Graviton Lance, I hated it day one. It pissed me off. That's all I was getting murked by. And if you can't beat them, join them. So I've been pairing Antiope with Graviton Lance and
that's a nice combo.
Shitting on everything left and right. Close range, medium range, long range. That setup has you covered. It's been a lot of fun, man. The Crucible is freaking insane right now with a lot of these exotics, and you don't know if they got masterwork on them, and it's fresh.
Have you checked out the new competitive playlist at all?
I have been doing some comp. I started out with a huge grind to Valor just to kind of get a new feel for the... I wouldn't call it a meta change. I would call it a meta shift, maybe a shuffle, maybe not quite a change. But I got to rank 4 in quick play, and I just started diving into competitive, and I dove in with some friends who are already rank 3. So literally I've been tossed into the fryer my first couple of games with just some of the sweatiest people. It's cool. I will say I wish there wasn't a win streak in quick play. I do not like the win streak in quick play. It makes people play like it's competitive. I had 4 games that went within 1 point of each other in a row. And
I don't even know if I want there to be like a ranking system in quick play.
Yeah.
Like I kind of want the ranking system in quick play to be, maybe if it's there, it's time based only. Like you get the same amount for win and a loss.
Exactly.
And it really doesn't matter. It's just how much you play.
Exactly.
But yeah, I want quick play to be an actual casual playlist.
It's sweaty, dude.
Also, by the way, speaking of Crucible, my actual favorite exotic right now is the boop cannon, the tractor cannon. It's fucking ridiculous right now. It's so much fun. It still does what it used to. Basically, like, you know, it acts as a shotgun and also like pushes an enemy away from you. But now it also it allows you to do extra damage against enemies if you're using Void, and it also takes away their ability to use any abilities.
Suppresses them.
Yeah, it suppresses them. So they can't double jump. They can't throw grenades. They can't use their super. They're just like sitting ducks. And like if you push them off a cliff, they can't even double jump to get back on the cliff.
Yep.
Oh my God, it's become without a doubt my favorite exotic.
You're such a scumbag,
dude. Like this guy's coming at you with a super. You're just like boop. And he's just like, he doesn't know what to do. He's like, I was just about to fucking... It's so much fun.
It is a lot of fun. It's really fun in PvE as well. You could tether a group of enemies on that at the end of that Zol encounter when he spawns in ads. If you tether all of them and boop one of them, the tethered group gets propelled with them. And you can knock like an entire group of ads off the edge. Awesome. And like it's a lot of fun, man. It's crazy, dude.
I gotta try these.
It's fun, Beasley. You also get a ton of ammo with it. It's like, I think the max it holds is like 18 or 19 rounds or something like that. It's a lot of rounds, and so you can just kind of keep using it throughout a strike or throughout, you know, while you're playing, as opposed to like rockets where you feel like you got to conserve those rockets, right? It's fun.
Damn.
Yeah,
Awesome.
It's a good time, man. So
it's good, guys, to actually be talking about Destiny 2 and.
Dude, there's stuff to do. There's stuff to grind for. Like, hear me out. If you were an engaged player before and you were still casually logging in, this is a great expansion for you.
There's so much stuff I haven't even done yet, Wilson.
If you're, I know, same, dude. I'm thinking every day, how am I going to spend time in Destiny? And I haven't thought of like that since Destiny 1. But like, if you're one of those players that wants a change to weapon systems, weapon randomization, that stuff's not coming till fall. If you are over Destiny, have been over Destiny, this is not an expansion for you. It's time to play a different game.
Yeah, wait till September. Like, if you want to see big changes, wait till September.
Yeah, exactly.
But I will say, like, if you are playing Destiny, if you're enjoying Destiny, they added so much things to do. There's grinds, there's secrets. I think there's going to be more secrets revealed, to be honest with you. We didn't even talk about escalation protocol, which I think they need to expand upon because it is mega fun. I've just not had time to devote to it yet, but B. Wilson and who was with us? Hero of Time 39, not 38 like we all wanted to see, but 39. We got in there. I think we had 1 or 2 blueberries, so we only had 5 people, and we got through 3 rounds of it. I honestly think that they could make a raid out of something like that because it's just so much fun to have like hard-ass enemies trying to kill you, right? As opposed to, I like raids, and I like how they're very mechanic. They've gotten more and more mechanic heavy. But there's just something fun about in Destiny 2 about just having a ton of fucking badass enemies coming at you and your fire team and just trying to survive. And the escalation protocol, I think...
You think I could do a raid like that?
I think they could at least do an encounter in a raid where it's just like there's just a fucking shitload of badass enemies and you just got to survive through it.
Because that's a very... Yeah, you're right. It's very fun. It's extremely hard. Oh my god! That adds to the fun too.
I love the heavy mechanics with fighting, but I would love just a light mechanic, more gunfight focused one encounter in a raid. So there are a couple mechanics. You can't just like camp in a corner and shoot shit with a sniper rifle or whatever. You do have to kind of move around. But I would like that in a raid of an escalation protocol sense of. We got to do this. Now we got to go over here and kill these guys. And we got to stand on this plate, kill these things while they're over there, doing something similar. Maybe break you off into 2 teams of 3 on separate areas of the board. And it'd be dope. I'd be down with it, man. I'd like to see them expand upon it.
Yeah, escalation protocol is very cool. I'd definitely like to see them expand upon it, like Wilson said. But the fact that there's not matchmaking for that, and there's no way to get a fire team of 6 in it, is debilitating for that. It is debilitating. The fact that you can only load 3 people into a patrol.
3 people, yeah.
And like you have to rely on basically hacks to get other friends in there is crushing for that activity. It's just crushing. Like it's just too bad.
So overall, what do you guys think?
I love it. It's the best version of Destiny 2 we've gotten.
It's a ton of fun. I'm actually playing it and looking forward to playing more of it. Kate's super hyped about it. And this is what we like about Destiny. Whenever they release something new, it breathes new life into something that, becomes mundane and becomes old over time and makes it fresh again. It's like the only game on a console that can do that for us. So, or PC, if you're a PC gamer. It's really fun. I'm really, really loving it.
All right, let's move on. Anybody else got any thoughts, Wilson?
I want to hear about the next damn topic because y'all been talking to me about this shit on Twitter, and I'm trying to get hyped.
This is like y'all been talking about this shit for like 4 fucking years.
Okay, hold the hell on. I want to hear about Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai! No mercy. Woo! There's no mercy in this dojo.
It kicks ass. Like,
dude, it's so good.
Yeah, no spoilers because I haven't seen any of it. But
we're gonna do no spoilers here. I'm not gonna say anything that you wouldn't get from watching the trailer on YouTube.
Real quick.
I'll try.
Real quick, just to set it up. Cobra Kai is a new series. It's a television series. It's a 30-minute per episode series. It's only being shown on YouTube right now. I think there's probably different ways to pirate it or whatever. But it's basically, it takes Johnny and Daniel from the first Karate Kid movie, 30 years in the future, present time, so it's 30 years has passed, and it kind of just joins in with both of their stories, present day. I gotta say, like, as stupid as that sounds, it's so fucking good. If you liked that old movie, the old Karate Kid movie, Cobra Kai is for you.
It's amazing. I legit saw the preview for it and it was like, this is going to be so cringy. This is going to be such a guilty pleasure that the only people I'm going to want to tell about it are going to be Sam and the Revolver crew. And like, it's going to be a guilty pleasure kept on the hush. You know what I mean? But dude, I had the exact opposite effect. Like, what was his name? Johnny? Not Johnny. What was the blonde-headed kid's name in Karate Kid?
Johnny.
It was Johnny.
Johnny. Okay, yeah. He is such a relatable person. Like,
he is so relatable.
The bad days that he has, you know what I mean? That was me every day throughout my 20s. Waking up, drinking a beer, going to work, and having a shitty day. You know what I mean? Like, that was it. It was very relatable. What they kind of spin in the trailer is they kind of make Daniel LaRusso out to kind of be the D-bag this time around. Like, kind of. Like, that's kind of the way that they portray him at first. Like, that he's this big, successful guy, and Johnny's, like, you know, the lower-class hard worker, you know, scraping change and stuff like that. And the vibe that I kind of got from it was that Danny kind of became a douchebag, in my opinion. Like, I wouldn't say became the person that he hated, but they definitely kind of portray him as like this almost over successful person. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that's the vibe that you got, but
for sure, man. Like the show is
NES game.
There's no like good guy or bad guy in the show. If you're looking at Danny and you're looking at Johnny, I've only watched the first, I want to say 5 or 6 episodes. I'm very early in there's like 23 episodes. I think Wilson's early on. Beasley, you haven't seen it yet. These characters are more complex than they were when they were teenagers, right? They have life experiences now. Johnny, you know, he was a bully when he was a kid. Now he's had life experience. He still has the teachings of the Cobra Kai dojo, you know, but he's an adult now. You know, he's seen life. Danny, you know, still has the teachings of Mr. Miyagi. But he's also got a family. He's got responsibilities. He's got a successful business. You know, and like both characters make dumb decisions. Both characters make very redeemable decisions. It's very easy for me to be rooting for both of these characters.
Both of them. Okay, wow.
Even though, you know, they're mortal enemies, right? And they have been since they were teenagers.
They're both relatable.
Yeah. And I'm not, you know, some of the acting kind of gets a little cringy, especially when you have kids involved. I'm going to say the guy who plays Johnny, there's something about him, man. Like, he's not a great actor, I'm going to go ahead and say, but he doesn't, I think he's putting enough of himself into the character that you just kind of, you just love him. You know, like,
I can't believe this.
He's very handsome, too. He's very handsome. He's a good-looking guy.
Is he more handsome than James Franco?
I would say he's
more handsome than James Franco.
You can't really compare the two. James Franco's got that baby face. This guy's the older, scruffier, a little salt and pepper action going on. Like, you know, dude, if you guys haven't seen it, YouTube Red. I think you could try it free for your first month. So if you wanted to, you could sign up, power through it, cancel your subscription. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure you can try it.
This would be like the first thing on YouTube Red worth actually get this
100%.
100%. I've been tempted to do YouTube Red because I've done YouTube, you know, for a living, more or less, for a long time, and to not have ads pop up every time I want to watch a YouTube video always seemed appealing. But I was like, fuck you, YouTube. I'm not giving you any of my money because, you know, you've been a fucking D-bag since the get-go. But this is the first time I finally clicked that button. Okay, you know, this is good enough content that I want to watch, that I'll pay you.
You guys have convinced me. I will have some feedback on this Cobra Kai by next week for sure.
All right, maybe we'll revisit again then next week because I'm sure I'll have finished the series by then.
100%. Oh wow! I'm probably gonna try to finish it up tonight if I don't get too distracted with Warmind.
All right, so the next topic is going to be a pretty fun one, and we can keep it brief because I don't know about you guys, but I haven't spent the last couple of months really thinking about this event that's going to take place in a very few short weeks. E3 is upon us, and it's right around the corner. And I know lots of gamers out there are really excited about the offerings and the revelations that'll come from this conference. And I want to know, and of course, Mr. Wilson would like to know, or as we call him, Sweet Dick Willie. I'm sorry, comments. They got on me earlier. They said, don't call him Wilson. Sweet Dick Willie.
Oh my God.
We're going to have TN Muggle change the nameplate.
I apologize, Mr. Sweet Dick.
Sweet Dick Willie.
But
oh my goodness.
Can you change your Twitch name, please, Wilson?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Sweet Dick Willie.
You could do that, right? Like for free. It's like after a month, you could change it back if you wanted to, or something like that.
I don't know.
That'll be rough. Because then, what if somebody takes Wilson 309 when I have Sweet Dick Willie?
You're
gonna have to just set up a spoof account. Set up a spoof account. Just set up a second account.
I'm gonna have to set up a second account and make
do it now before somebody does it before you.
Yeah.
I mean, these are the guys who will pay to fuck you over when you're speed running the game. So just do it now before any of them decides to fuck you over for free. But real quick, and we can run through it just in case you guys haven't been thinking about it. What are some of the predictions you guys, or something you might be excited to see this year at E3? And you guys let us know in the comments. I want to actually mention what you guys say below. So start commenting on Twitch.
All right, I'll go first here. I'll go first.
Please.
I'm very interested to see what's going to be going on with Anthem. I expect they're going to show that. I have heard, I believe that Borderlands 3 is off the table. Like, they have come out and said, we're not showing Borderlands 3 this year.
I call bullshit.
Oh, really?
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because you don't go into a 4-page post talking about why people psychologically think that Borderlands 3 is going to be at E3.
So you think it might be there?
Dude, that dude went on a 4-page Twitter tangent post about why people think it's
right? Is his name?
Yes, that's the type of shit he does. He is the biggest troll of the video gaming industry. Really? I call 100% bullshit that it'll be there. It'll be there.
Now you got me excited again, Wilson, because I really want Borderlands 3 to come out this year.
And that credit goes out to my buddy Marcus, Mr. Tomfoolery, who came up with that, because he pays attention to that very well. And I think he said it best. He said, either you say you're not going to be there or you're going to be there. You don't put out this big giant post about why people think that you're going to be there. You know what I mean? They're notorious for doing that shit. And I do believe when the pre-sequel was announced at E3, they also said they weren't going to be there that year either.
Did they really?
Yes. So
they got a history of this. All right, I didn't know that, man. Now I'm excited to see some Borderlands 3.
Oh God, right. That game will blow. Oh.
After the announcement of Rage 2, I am very excited to see Rage 2 as well. That game, I mean, that hit a lot of pleasure zones for me, as Wilson likes to say. Like, you know, it definitely had some silliness to it. It looked like it had fun guns. It looked like it had just like, you know, chaotic, awesome gunplay. So I'm very interested to see what that's going to be.
Were any of you surprised at that revelation?
I was very surprised.
I didn't think that would ever happen. So I mean, it just goes to show that some developers, they listen to their audience. There was a very avid group of players who loved that game. Many people panned it. But to me, I was really shocked to see it. And of course, this new Rage looks amazing too, Brian. That looks like a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah. And also Destiny expansion, the September expansion, I fully expect is going to be revealed.
You think so?
Oh yeah, I would say I'm positive about it. Right? It's like they're going to reveal the expansion at E3. You know, they'll give us a little teaser trailer, and then I'm sure Bungie will talk about it after that teaser trailer as well. So I fully expect to see, you know, the September expansion, at least story wise, what it's going to be about.
So you had mentioned Anthem, Briar. What are you kind of hoping with Anthem, man? Like, I know looter shooter, obviously, but like, what are you looking to get out of Anthem, man? Maybe something that I'm
hoping they really kind of lean into RPG mechanics and make it, you know, like a deeper kind of, so like similar to what the Division became later on in its life, but in a world that doing DPS actually makes sense. Because the disconnect for the Division for me was it had so many cool things, but it never made sense that I'd shoot a guy 10 times in the face with a sniper to do DPS. Like, it was just this weird like disconnect for me. And that game got a lot better.
You're right.
I'd like to see like a more fantasy-based version of the Division, but also made by, you know, the guys who made Mass Effect. Like that could be very cool. And I am down for another like open. I'd like it to also see it be more open world than Destiny. I'm not saying like fully open world like a Skyrim, but bigger environments, more exploration, more character, more story. Like I'd really like to see something like that out of Anthem.
Have they announced, like, are we going to be able to, like, have fire teams and stuff like that?
I believe so, yeah. I believe so.
That'd be dope, man, because I'd really like to explore that universe with you guys. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
I love that. What's around this corner? You know, it looks like you get to do a lot of, like, jumping around and flying around and shit like that. So that it could be pretty cool, man. I'm pretty excited about that. For me, Borderlands 3 is at the top of my list, dude. I love that annoying ass little robot Claptrap, dude. He is the cutest thing in the world.
I'm dancing.
I want one so like who does that wub 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 that dubstep when he's doing that. It's like, look, I'm making music. Like he's so I love Claptrap. As annoying as he is, he's adorable, and I want one in real life.
Who said he's annoying? What the hell is wrong with that?
He is. He's annoying.
The internet at large.
He's adorably annoying. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the did you say Division 2? Did you say that at all, Briar?
Ooh, no.
Division 2, man, and here's why. I'm hoping for a fresh start. I'm hoping for, like Briar was saying, that there's a little bit more of a connect instead of a disconnect between why the hell the guy in this starter jacket has like 50 layers of Kevlar, like, you know, and it's just this cheap little starter jacket. Like, you got that thing from Goodwill. You ain't, you know, it ain't stopping bullets, fam. You know what I mean? Like, so Division 2 would be cool. I'd like to see him. I could be totally wrong about this. I might get some hate for this, but I'd kind of like to see that virus go. I don't know, like make human beings like feral, like really aggressive. You know what I mean?
I don't think they can do that just because of that Tom Clancy license. I think it's got to be based in.
You're right. But
that's why I talked about that a little bit. It was a long time ago, but I was with the Division 2. I'd love to see him just ditch the Tom Clancy license.
Yeah, totally. Ditch Tom Clancy. Come to Chicago. We could do some funky shit in Chicago, man. Like it'd be really cool because I think it was like Mesa Sean was saying that like he recognized a few places in the game because him being from New York, you know, or whatever, really? Like some places looked familiar, you know, and I'd love if they went to Chicago and I could be like, damn, this is the place, you know, I saw Sound Tribe or Pretty Lights, you know, and like, you know, that's the Congress, or not in St. Louis, I forget the name of the place that has the concerts in Chicago, but it'd be really cool, man. I'd be down with it. I think we're gonna see like probably some more like Smash Brothers stuff from
Switch.
Nintendo.
Oh man, I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what Nintendo is gonna be throwing out this year.
My kids' will be so excited about that.
Oh my god.
Oh, Briar, you better start.
Dude, my kids are 16. They've aged out of that kitty game.
You gotta use your hands. That's a baby's toy.
My first fighter.
Yeah, right. Lastly, I hope there's some really hot VR stuff, man. I want to see some new hotness with VR. I want to see some more immersive, get in there stuff because
Resident Evil style. You mean?
I'm picking up my old job next month, so I'm going to be doing glass and going back to concrete. You bet your ass I'm getting me some VR soon.
You goddamn right. Shit.
I need to get into that Star Trek game with you guys. I want to role play
it today.
I want to take it way too seriously, and I want the three of us to take a random blueberry in with us while we do.
You know what? Say this. I know guys in chat who would love to play with us. I think Hugo has said he'd love to play.
Briar, I got this morning at 8 o'clock with Ellie. She hung with me for 2 hours in here, and I played Star Trek Bridge Crew for the very first time. And let me just say that those controls and shit, everything you have to do is very technical. It's exactly like the fucking show. It's not like easy control. You got to actually go through these menus and options and power up your fucking engines or raise shields, all this kind of junk. It's going to be a lot of fun. I just went through this tutorial by myself, but yeah, that's something we need to definitely.
Any excuse for us to be yelling and making fun of each other, I'm in.
Yes,
right?
to take it too seriously, like be the captain and be like, I didn't give you command to raise the shields. All right, raise the shields. And I want to do it
to the brig captain.
We definitely need to get Hugo in, but we need to do one where we just bring in somebody completely fucking random from the internet and don't tell them that we're role playing it.
I like
just take it way too serious.
I like it, man. You know, the state of VR right now is weird because like the Vive has like their less expensive headset and setup, but they also have that like Vive Pro that's like stupid expensive. Oculus has you can buy the whole setup for $400 right now, but people are saying their next headset is like right around the corner and it's really like a step forward. So it'll be interesting to watch like as this stuff comes out right now.
And you guys, Linus's video on that, he got the new Vive.
He did. Oh, the Vive Pro. He didn't like it. Yeah.
He did not like it. Yeah. He says there was more steps backwards than steps forward, in my opinion. I've also watched a couple other guys like Tribal Instincts that's loved it. I'm not buying one. $800 for a headset right now, I think it's silly. When like I don't want an iteration on the current headset. I want like the next step, right? And I think that's what Oculus is looking for. Looking to put out soon. Nice. I don't know how soon. It could be a year from now, but maybe at E3.
I want to go through my quick predictions.
I'm sorry, Beasley. We've run out of time. We're moving on to the next topic.
Get wrecked, nerd.
So, God damn you. There's a couple that were left in our comment section here on Twitch. Spider-Man was one.
Okay.
The new Spider-Man on PS4.
Spider-Man did look good.
A new Forza game, which I personally don't care about, but I know a lot of people really love that. Black Ops 4, of course.
What do you guys think about Black Ops 4? From what you guys watched the trailers for that?
Yeah, I did. And I think it looks fun. And they're going to include a battle royale mode in that game.
Are you gonna get it, Beasley? Are you sold already?
Absolutely. It's Black Ops. There's no way I couldn't.
Okay. Black Ops, awesome. Love me some Black Ops. My buddy Will, which I'm sure he'll jump into chat here fashionably late. He was asking me, yo, you gonna get that new COD for the Battle Royale? And I said, hell no. I didn't buy Call of Duty last year for the first time. And I'm so happy that I stuck to my guns. And I couldn't even finish my sentence. And he said, bullshit. Revolver said that if Call of Duty ever made a battle royale, that you guys would be all over it. And I said, you son of a bitch. I guess I'm buying it now.
You know what, Will? I'm a complex human being, and I change my mind sometimes. Deal with it, Will. You try having your every word remembered.
Immortalized on here.
I didn't know I was on fucking trial.
I still get shit for not beating Final Fantasy 15. You know, people ask me, do I really love Final Fantasy all the time? Because
you call yourself a Final Fantasy fan, you ain't even played it.
Ooh.
I don't know what kind of bullshit that is, man. That's just misrepresenting.
Continuing on, someone said they'd like to see a remaster of Modern Warfare 2. But that's already out, isn't it?
I think it's coming out.
Really?
Yeah, but it's not going to have multiplayer.
What?
Yeah, it's going to be a single-player campaign only.
Fucking terminal? Oh, man, they done fucked up.
That campaign better give me the biggest boner of all time, or it's going to be the biggest waste of money, dude. It better have single-player zombies in it. God damn.
And the last suggestion in our Twitch chat was Splinter Cell, a new Splinter Cell game. Would you guys play Splinter Cell?
Sam Fisher? Yeah, man, as long as you can do the night vision and it goes when you turn it on, and I'm in. That noise hits every pleasure zone. I don't know what it is about it, but that night vision noise. I loved the old Splinter Cells. I love sneaking around because I am the biggest, clumsiest idiot in real life and suck at sneaking around. So if I could do it in a game.
Yeah, I never played any of those games. Never played a Splinter Cell in my life. But I do have a question, and it should have been a fucking topic for next week. But what happened to nighttime levels like in multiplayer? How come we don't see that like in Call of Duties or, you know? Do you guys remember where you could play versus multiplayer actually turn on night vision and play against people. That's something that went away a few years ago. As far as my recollection, there's really not any Call of Duties that have like night vision maps or nighttime maps. What the fuck happened?
COD 4 had night vision in multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can turn on night vision.
Yeah, I mean it's something that doesn't really exist anymore.
Yeah, you remember there was that map on that ship that was a big ass storm.
What was the name of that map? That was a good map.
Decent. That was a good map, dude. I had some Kobe grenades, dude. Some Kobe shots throwing hand grenades. I'd even just leave it hanging too when I was done. Like,
that's a good point, though. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Multiplayer maps, and it's become, because I used to play Ghost Recon when Ghost Recon was new on like the original Xbox, and Xbox, the original big boy, and we play nighttime maps against people, and it was really fucking fun. It'd be the same map that you get during the day, and it's like it would change the whole dynamic of the way you play, because you could be in a certain place and nobody would know it because it's nighttime, and it just really made the game more exciting. It's something I don't see.
The way Call of Duty's radar worked, it worked for that too, because you could stay off that radar as long as you didn't make any noise.
That was my favorite build, was to do like silencers and stay off the radar for UAVs and stuff like that, and just camp and be so toxic.
Oh, see, I like to run around, and I used what was it? The one that made your footsteps quiet, so people couldn't hear you, but I could hear them. Yeah. And I used to wear those fucking $250 Astros before anybody else had them. I used to sound whore the shit out of that game.
That's how I found you, Briar. I used to watch your fucking YouTube videos. I'm like, this guy is amazing.
I had a buddy that would do
cheating.
That. I had a buddy that had, at the time, he had like the first iteration of like Turtle Beaches and stuff, and he'd be playing. He'd be like, shh, quiet. He's to your right, Wilson. I'm like, how the fuck do you? And then just get shot up and like, and yeah, I was like, you sound horn bitch, man.
Oh
like,
man.
And once
sound
I did
whore,
it,
I would sound whore.
Yep.
And then I'd flop down on my belly. I had it mapped out, so all I had to do was push the fucking thumbstick in, and I'd be like, whoop. I remember playing with Robbie. Robbie from the Beastly Thoughts Show, used to be one of the co-hosts of the Beastly Thoughts Show. We were playing one time. He randomly got matched in one of my lobbies, and I was playing, what is it, 1v7? What's it called in Call of Duty? It's not Rumble.
It's
every man for yourself kind of thing.
Yeah. Free for all.
Free for all. Thank you.
Free for all.
And he's like, all you fucking do is listen to the fucking footsteps and flop down on your belly.
Briar's flopping around like a fucking fish on the map. Doing the floppy fish, just everywhere.
Sometimes when I snuck up behind somebody, I'd flop down on my belly just in case. Just in case.
A reaction.
You are so fun. All right, so real quick, because we digress quite a bit. I got a couple that I'm excited about. I want Kingdom Hearts.
I'm sorry, Beastly, we ran out of time. Next topic?
Yep. Man, we just keep running out of time.
Oh, wait. This is the same topic I said that about last time.
God dang it, Brian. I want Kingdom Hearts 3's release date. I've seen a lot of that game. It looks like a ton of fun. I'm a huge fan of Kingdom Hearts. It looks like Square's put a ton of work into the game. It's not just a kind of a button mashing experience. There's lots of layers of intricacy to the way that you play in this game, and the way that they, of course, you guys know Kingdom Hearts. The most minute details of these worlds have been included for all these different characters. I want to see if they're going to bring in all this new Marvel and Disney stuff, which more than likely they will. We're going to probably see Star Wars. We're probably going to see the Avengers and all this stuff for this game. And for what I've seen, it looks incredible. So I can't wait. It already has a 2018 release date. I can't wait to see.
Is it going to have Guardians of the Galaxy in it?
It could. Absolutely, it could. Yeah.
I might play it if it has Guardians of the Galaxy.
He's in.
I want Final Fantasy
VII.
Do you guys remember 2015 E3? Final Fantasy VII was announced.
I was just going to say that.
Sony won the E3 over a fucking announcement that hasn't come to fruition.
It was a spark that hasn't even turned into the tiniest flame yet. Like, we've seen nothing else.
I mean, they did do a vertical slice that looked amazing. Made me have the biggest erection. Everybody in the house had to step outside when I saw that.
Tubuku.
The Atlanta Anaconda grew in 10 times its size.
Buku Anaconda.
I don't know what's going on. I just heard Kate knocking on the window. But yeah, I want a release date for Final Fantasy VII. It's been 3 long years of us waiting.
I think you're gonna be waiting, man. Aren't they having like some real development issues with that game?
Well, I don't know. I haven't really followed the story because it's been 3 years. I don't even know what's been going on.
You call yourself a Final Fantasy fan? God, that's fucking shameful.
Ash says Final Fantasy VII 2025.
It might be, but they're supposed to be releasing that in kind of episodic nature, similar to like Resident Evil Revelations 2 and some of the other episodic games like Telltale. It'll be a longer experience. Each episode should be as long as a regular full-fledged $60 game, is from what I've understood. So I'm thinking, even if things are going wrong, they have to have that first section completed by now. It's been 3 years. To me, it'd be a big letdown if we don't get any news about Final Fantasy VII. So I'm looking forward to that. There's rumblings that From Software is going to reveal something new at E3
Bloodborne
this year.
2? They showed that at what was this? Was it the Game Awards?
Yeah, but they didn't say what it was.
Right. They just showed that like trailer of like blood.
And I want Bloodborne 2, and I want it to run good, and I want it to come out on PC, but it probably won't.
Now I've got an erection.
Because
do you guys
everything
think that
on PC runs so good?
Do you think it's a crime that, like, if they don't put it out on PC, like, don't you think that's kind of like a crime of like a game that could run so well on PC, but because it got the license for console only, it's like held back with things like frame rates and things like that? Like,
I mean, From Software, as genius as they are, they've constantly had problems with their engine and getting it to run well on even PC. I mean, Dark Souls 1 just got a remaster. The first game, Dark Souls 1, came out on PC. It ran at 30 frames per second.
Yeah.
I mean, so I don't know if I consider it to be a crime.
Like a 30 would be nice for Bloodborne.
Solid 30 instead of 15 and maybe 30?
If anything, if you have every avenue to play games, it could be seen as an unfortunate event, but sometimes it's business, and for the people who have gaming PCs, it really stings, those situations. So I got to be totally honest. I also want to see what's going on with Shenmue 3. Big fan of Shenmue. Years ago when that was announced at the same E3, 2015.
You know how long it's been since I wandered around looking for sailors? Hey, have you seen any sailors? Hey, have you seen any sailors? I'm looking for sailors.
That sounds like
Gary's
game.
Have you guys seen any sailers?
Sounds like Gary's
favorite
game.
Gary's game.
Go looking for some strapping young sailors. Don't you think it was kind of fucked up the way they announced that? They're like, Shenmue 3, and everyone's like, oh my fucking God. And then they're like, oh yeah, it's crowdfunded.
Yeah,
donate to our Kickstarter.
like not shame on what's the guy who made Shenmue. Not shame on him. I feel like they kind of did him dirty with that. I feel like that dude commanded enough respect that they could have just announced his game and freaking funded it.
Sony had already made an agreement before E3 that they were going to fund a significant portion of it. So
I feel like it was a test. Like it was we'll see. We'll throw you a bone, but you gotta come up with the rest, sort of thing. I thought it was kind of shitty.
I got three more quick ones. Bayonetta 3.
Boobs, guns, and boots.
Oh, Bayonetta, that's a sexy bitch. And I don't mean bitch in a derogatory way. I mean in a sexy way.
Yeah.
Like how women say, I'm the baddest bitch.
That's right. She's a bad bitch.
She's a bad bitch. Also, I want to know if they're going to do anything as far as making an announcement for a future, more technologically advanced PSVR, because they did release, a new headset, and it's virtually the same one. And I was playing the one I have here, and it's fine for people who don't have PCs or don't really know what Oculus or HTC Vive can do. But now they've got new headsets coming out, and I want to know if Sony, since Sony does have the huge mind share of VR customers, if they're planning on a future for these people. And that leads to my next one. Is there going to be a PlayStation 5 announcement? We all know that, the rumblings are in the air that Sony is expecting to make an announcement by 2019. And if history is any indication, with games like Final Fantasy VII and Shenmue 3, they can make an announcement this year, and it could come out in 2020, and people wouldn't cry boo about it. So I'm thinking, we might hear something.
Have they ever done that? Like, really announced it so early?
Have they?
I don't think they have. Announced it Xbox
PS4?
did that. PS4, they did it.
Yeah, PS4 was announced 2 years before it came out.
Really?
What if they announce a new handheld, Sony?
Gary.
Oh,
I thought that was Gary. If Sony announced it, I actually watched Digital Foundry did a video today on the original release of the PSP and the Nintendo DS, and I watched Kaz Hirai on stage holding the PSP in a very big shirt that didn't fit him, and I was excited as hell back then.
Very big shirt that didn't fit.
It did look like he was like a balloon with Kaz Hirai's head on it, but I would love if Sony announced a new handheld. And to me, the only way it would actually be a viable handheld is if they went kind of in the direction of Nintendo, which they've tried to do. They've actually tried to do this with the PSP. You can actually play your PSP on a TV, and with the Vita, of course, with myriad ways to play Vita. And the Vita actually included ways to play your PlayStation 4 through it. So I think they've tried it. They tried to find a sweet spot, and it didn't really mesh with the consumer the way that Nintendo has kind of found it. Nintendo really is the king of mobile, or the king of handhelds. But if Sony were to do it, I think they'd probably go in that direction. And to me, that would be very exciting because I'm a Sony fanboy. I actually love Sony. So to me, that would be a great thing. But
I'd be more interested in Nvidia making a new Shield.
Really?
Yeah, to be honest.
I think the Vita outsold the Shield.
I don't give a shit. I fucking hate the Vita. I mean, I don't hate the Vita, but I don't like the Vita.
Whoa.
Now that Gary's gone, I can let my feelings be known. I fucking hate the Vita.
It seems like the longer your beard gets, the more hateful you get about the fucking Vita, man.
He's like, I didn't want to hack my Vita anyway. Fuck you, Gary.
I don't hate the Vita. The Vita, to me, I mean, it just had so little good software on it. It was so expensive when it came out. I paid a lot of money for that thing when it first came out. And it was so fucking uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. The version 2 of the Vita, much more comfortable than version 1. But it's like, there's just nothing to play on it. There's very little to play on it. The indies make more games than Sony does. And now, I mean, support for it is gone, right? It's like they're no longer releasing games for it, at least hardware.
Yeah. That's really sad that it's not supported. But like Beasley had mentioned this in our unused topic section at one time, and it was, do you think there's a possibility?
Unused, just like my PS Vita.
All right. Do you think there's a possibility of an Xbox portable console ever?
Anything's possible, man.
Never. It'll never happen.
Ever? You don't think that's their forte? They don't even want to.
You have to look to New Horizons, okay? Phil Spencer is now the head
of
Xbox.
New Horizon is not mobile gaming. Mobile gaming is not a New Horizon.
It's not true.
They are getting crushed on by cell phones. Like,
but they're also.
I think even Nintendo knows they can't compete anymore in that space.
Yeah, but portable gaming is not the same as mobile gaming. I mean, you don't play video games on your phone, but your Switch. Your Switch.
But I didn't play games on my DS. You had to announce something real. You had to make a really special game for me to pull out my DS. You had to make Zelda. Was it Link's Awakening? The one
Link Between Worlds.
Link Between Worlds, right? That got me to play the DS. Yep. The Metroid games got me to play the DS.
Got a good point.
But I mean, I'm just not a mobile gamer, so like I don't want to play games on my phone. I don't want to play games on a DS. I don't want to play games on a PS Vita. I'd much rather sit in front of a PC or a console and play a game.
The issue with that proposition, Willie, is Xbox has fewer games than its contemporaries when it comes to, top tier AAA kind of experiences that people really gravitate toward. They're having issues keeping up with the competition now. And so if they were to put something out as far as a mobile, what are they going to do? Do a mobile Halo, another remaster of an older game? It's not like a Nintendo kind of property. Nintendo can put Nintendo IPs out on a Switch, and you can play on the TV and on the go, and people will just eat them up.
Nintendo IPs were good for mobile too. Mario works good on a mobile. Zelda works good on a mobile. God of War, it didn't really work for me on a mobile. It just didn't work for me on a mobile. It's too small. It was too much like a console game. I couldn't just like pause it and put it away when I needed to. It was a console game on a mobile platform. What was the PS? What was the PS Vita? Well, you guys are mobile gamers. You like the mobile thing. To me, if I'm gonna pick up a mobile, I don't know. It doesn't fit in my lifestyle, I guess, is really what it is.
That's exactly it.
But like, what was the Uncharted? I fucking adore the Uncharted games.
Yeah.
The Uncharted they put on the Vita, that was a shitty fucking version of Uncharted.
Killzone kind of sucked. You could
no, it didn't. Killzone Mercenary was great. Oh,
piece of my bad, dog. Shit.
Gary,
you want to fight, brother?
Gary, I need your help, Gary.
Gary's gone. He can't help you now.
No one can help you now, Beastly.
Gary, I need Gary. They're talking about Killzone Mercenary, Uncharted, Golden. Both great. Damn it.
No, these guys are totally right about there's no chance in hell for an Xbox portable when they'd have to come, like, especially when there's companies like you mentioned the NVIDIA Shield, when they're already trying to, I wouldn't call it portable, but you know what I mean, like they're doing PC games at a much more like in a much more casual way with a controller and having a box in your living room that connects to your PC. I don't think they do it.
That's why I said if NVIDIA Shield, I'd be more interested in NVIDIA Shield because I could play. There's so many PC games that I find are much more mobile friendly than anything Sony's doing, and especially anything Microsoft. I mean, Microsoft's not doing anything. Let's be honest.
Yeah. I can't believe Briar dissing Microsoft like that. Shit, that's supposed to be me.
But like there's so many cool games. Like what's that strategy game that just came out that everybody's fucking loving? That would be perfect for mobile. I can't remember the name of it. Like those, there's all sorts of like 2D platformers that are coming out constantly on PC. Plus, the price is right for PC games. It's so much easier for me to justify spending like $8 on a mobile game than it is to spend like $40 on a mobile game.
Steam connects with. You can actually have your Steam library on it.
Yeah, NVIDIA Shield. Yeah,
NVIDIA Shield. Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. You know what would sell a new portable handheld unit? If you could play Fortnite on it.
You damn right.
Well, you already can on iPhone and Android, can't you?
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Pretend to play Fortnite on a mobile phone. You know how you get like the Fisher Price like little
Wilson's over here putting a warded on. Hold up.
Yeah, hold up. Let me pop my bubble, bitch. But like,
I'm gonna pop a bubble on that.
yeah. Protect this shit. Like you could pretend to play with dump trucks and things like that with your Fisher Price toys, or you could actually go crawl into a dump truck and do some real work. You know, I feel like that's the difference between some games on mobile and if you had an actual portable handheld system that could play the exact same version of Fortnite that you could play on PC or console. I think that thing would sell like fucking hotcakes. That's all you have to do. Even if it only played Fortnite, people'd buy the fucking shit out of it, dude.
The Fortnite box.
And then they'd pump $20 into their V-Bucks.
You guys think Fortnite
I'm so sick of this shit.
You think Fortnite is going to be a lasting trend? You think we'll be talking about Fortnite this time next year?
That's the other topic. Yeah. Let me just say this, okay? I played Fortnite a handful of times. I think it's a fun game. But it's absolutely taken over my children's lives. They
like
tried
Minecraft?
to get worse, bro, worse. They tried to get Nina into it yesterday. She was in there on her bed playing. She looked at me and said, "I love Fortnite. I want to smash her PlayStation because it has literally taken away my son's ability to do anything. Anything. It's like if they got chores to do, they got anything to do. If they got final exams, anything going on. They're talking." On the slide on their phone, talking to their friends about what's going on in Fortnite. When Thanos was revealed in Fortnite, my son acted like he just proposed, and some woman said yes. My son's 17 in a couple of days. Dad, you gotta see Thanos. I said, son, no fucking thanks. And so that's why I asked this question. Battle Royale is a big thing. And as we can see with Call of Duty, more and more developers are moving in that direction. They see the prominence of this type of game and how many people are getting involved and how many people love it. Do you guys think it's a fad? We've seen fads come and go. We've seen it over the course of years, and some things are fun to look at, and some things are just tragedies. Do you guys think Battle Royale is here to stay, or do you think that it'll dry up and leave us peacefully and leave our children alone?
I think it's definitely here to stay. I'll be honest
Agreed.
with you. I really do think it's here to stay. It's such a different way of playing a multiplayer game in such a more epic way, and there's so much more they can do with it. We've only seen the tip of what they can do with Battle Royale, right? We've seen the PUBG way of doing it. We've seen the Fortnite way of doing it. We're gonna see COD come out and do it. We've seen, I played a game called Islands of Nine this winter, which did it like in a very fast-paced first-person shooter way, which I was really enjoying. There's going to be I can't remember the name of the game they're developing now that's going to have 400 players. No, not Battlefield. 400 players in a battle royale. And the graphics looked insane. I don't know if they'll actually release with those graphics. I mean, this thing, I don't know that it'll always be as popular as it is. It might be like fighting games where it reaches like this huge peak of popularity. Like Street Fighter came out, Mortal Kombat came out. They got insanely popular. It was all that anybody was playing. And then it calmed down, but there's still fighting games. You know what I'm saying?
It's called Mavericks at 400 players.
Mavericks, yeah. That thing looks insane, yeah. But yeah, I don't think it's going away. It might be a fad, and it might get less popular, but it's definitely not going away because it's cool.
I think you nailed it, dude. I think it's a genre that's here to stay. Like when Doom came out, you know what I mean? It was awesome. There had been, obviously Wolfenstein came out before that, you know what I mean? And, same company and stuff like that. And it kept getting better and better. And I do feel like there is this one title that comes along in a genre that redefines the genre. And I feel like Doom did a really good job at that. And I feel like that's kind of Fortnite's role. I think Fortnite someday will fade away, but I feel like we'll look back on it as like Doom. Like, yeah, that shit paved the way. Back in my day, Doom was the definitive first-person shooter experience.
You think we'll look at Fortnite that way and not PUBG that way?
No, I think it 100%
Fortnite is definitely going to be. I mean, Briar, I was just getting ready to ask. Do you guys remember when PUBG was like at the top, and then they were like, okay, because Fortnite was a different game before the Battle Royale came out. And then they were like, okay, we're going to do something similar to PUBG. And I was like, look at these fucking copycats. That's how I felt. I was like, who are these guys? They're going to steal this. They got the same engine. They're doing this similar shit. They're going to steal the idea and run with it. It ended up taking off and becoming a much bigger kind of.
It'll be fun to watch now that we're going to have like $60 versions of Battle Royale games come out, right? Like, do you think that the Battle Royale market will take to that? I mean, you still can't really play PUBG on a console, right? I know you can play it. It's on Xbox, but it's not. Last I looked at it, it didn't even look playable.
It's better than it was.
So like, it'll be interesting to see like when Call of Duty comes out, when Battlefield, what are they calling it? Battlefield 5, this next one? Mm-hmm. What the fuck is with Battlefield and names, man? They went from Battlefield 4 to Battlefield 1 and then to Battlefield 5.
It's more convoluted than the Legend of Zelda.
Let me repeat. They went from Battlefield 4 to Battlefield 1. So the next game after 4 was 1. And then the next one after 4, 1, 5.
Yeah. It's more convoluted than Legend of Zelda timeline.
Right?
Like it's more fucked up than that. I agree.
But seriously, like, I mean, Battlefield is built for this, right? Like,
I agree.
Everybody just assumes they're going to do it, right? And like, it seems like it'd be really fun in a Battlefield. Like, the Battlefield systems would work really well.
But it's $60 predicated on survival too, so you actually have to fortify yourself during the battle. It's not like Call of Duty where you just.
That's what it is now, but I mean, isn't there room for other stuff? I mean, there's definitely room for other looks on this. I mean, there's definitely room for the clay fighters and the primal rages of the battle royale world.
Those are the fucking really.
Just throw clay fighter under the fucking bus. Don't do. What was the snowman's name in that? Damn it! I thought I remember. I almost called him Sweet Tooth, but that's Twisted Metal. No, I feel like, okay, here's the thing. A lot of people are giving PUBG credit for starting this shit. Arma was the first game to drop people in an open world environment, drop them in randomly.
Are you sure about this? Because I think it was Minecraft.
No, not in like a battle royale. No,
yeah, I think it was. I think
pretty sure Arma 2 did Arma 2 come out before Minecraft?
Yeah, Arma 2 was out.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. Minecraft is pretty old. It's like 15 years old at this point.
This is as close to the current battle royale that we have right now. You dropped into a random zone. Gear was randomized. It came down to the last player, and the zone shrinked to keep people from camping in one spot.
Yeah.
I to this day feel like that was the best version of any battle royale that has ever come out. Ever.
Really?
It was the Arma 2 version. Yeah, I would like to see Arma come out with the new version. But you know what just came into single player beta? DayZ did. That's right. All the naysayers out there.
Fuck you. You're fucking DayZ. With us. That's not true.
It is. It's in beta, but it's only single player.
I don't believe that for a second.
Briar is stirring that fucking pot.
I'd like to see DayZ.
You're sitting here telling me that they came out of beta. DayZ came out of beta.
No, they went into beta. It's been an alpha for like 9 years. This guy, yeah, they went into beta.
Okay.
Hallelujah.
I gotcha. Well, I'm glad they made it out of alpha phase, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, right. We no longer alpha, we beta. Let's go. I'd like to see DayZ do it. I think that shit would be dope. I think it'd be awesome with I'd like to see more.
Isn't DayZ a Arma mod?
It's an open world. It started as an Arma mod, but it's a standalone now. I mean, it's its own thing. But like, my point being, I would like to see more PvE elements put into these battle royales. I don't want to just be threatened by the player. I would love to see like a zombie apocalypse where there's a zone and maybe 50 to 100 zombies just casually roaming down the street, waiting for you to step on a twig.
I would like to see there not be a zone. I would like to see the PvE element just get more difficult and more difficult. Yeah. Like as you know, the further away from the center you get, right? Like so that is the blue wall is the PvE. Like you know, in Fortnite it'd be zombies just all of a sudden just are everywhere if you're outside of that blue wall. So you still have PvP, but you got PvE. And then there could be random PvE stuff in the middle too.
That'd be cool, man. That blue wall just be zombies running everywhere.
Let's make this shit. Let's get on it.
Dude, never mind. I'm gonna delete this podcast.
Yeah. Goes over. Thanks for coming out, guys.
Yep, fuck off. Bye.
You'll see us at next year's E3.
Right.
This storm sounds like a nuclear bomb outside my house. Jesus Christ. Okay, so
is that what it's a storm? I can hear that through the mic.
That is a storm.
Tater storm.
And I don't see any fucking rain.
It's a tater.
I don't see any rain, so this is actually pretty troubling to me. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So the last topic is one that's whose fucking topic is this?
This is my topic. Is this the racism one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
right, so this is I'm bringing up the topics. Here it is. Okay. So why can't I find it? All right, so the topic is, what's the most racist thing that you've ever done accidentally? And I'll give you guys my story, okay? Some people in chat have already heard the story, but it was an accidentally completely fucking racist thing that I did, and I feel very bad about, but it's kind of funny. Okay? BC's like, I can count 7 that you've done in the last 2 weeks. All right, so the story is this. Me and my wife, we go to a Thai food place.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And we sit down and we're ordering food. And, you know, whenever I go to, I don't know, what do you call a restaurant that serves, like, foreign food?
Foreign restaurant?
Sure. One of my favorite things to do is look at the beer menu, right? Is to find out like because they usually have beers from that country.
Exotic beers.
Right. And so I always like to look at the beer menu. So I didn't see any beer on the menu, so I asked the waiter, what are the best Taiwanese beers?
Oh my god!
That waiter looked at me like I was the biggest fucking asshole.
Taiwanese.
Damn you, Briar.
For anybody who didn't catch that, we were at a Thai food restaurant from Thailand, and I asked the dude, "What are the best Taiwanese beers?"
We're not from Taiwan, you.
My wife, I didn't even catch what I had done until the waiter had walked away. Like, the waiter looked at me like I was an asshole. I didn't really understand. Like, maybe they don't have beer in Taiwan.
In Taiwan.
You were even still oblivious.
My wife has to tell me, you just asked the guy what the best beers in Taiwan are.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, Oh.
He's probably standing there going, I don't know, motherfucker. I was born in America. What do you want to eat?
That's pretty awesome, Briar. You know what? You did good marrying her. She's gonna
I got one. And I hope this isn't too bad, but like this was a moment that I'm not proud of. Okay. I was on my way down to Texas. I had not gotten my mind right in over 16 hours. Okay. It's pretty sad.
Sweet nigga Willie's got the shakes.
It's pretty sad when you think more clear on weed than 16 hours after weed. So with that being said, we were on our way down to Texas and we saw a billboard and it was in Spanish. And I didn't think before I said anything. I said, why is all that in English lettering? And my buddy said, because they use English letters in Spanish wording. And I said, huh. You know, for being some of the most hardworking people I've ever met in my life, that's pretty fucking lazy.
Oh, man. What the fuck?
It didn't even realize what had come out of my mouth at the time. And that was the most accidental racist thing I've ever said in my life.
I got another one. I was in a hotel room with we went to a Yankee game, and a bunch of guy friends and I had gotten a hotel room, and we were all sleeping in the hotel room, drinking all fucking night. Right, wake up completely, probably still shit faced. Right, and there's a knock at the door. It's housekeeping, and I just yell out "Occupado."
That's pretty fucked up, bro.
That's a bad one. That is a bad one.
You know what I hate the most is that when you're trying not to be rude, but like if somebody has a foreign accent and you can't understand what they're saying and you don't want to be that guy that says what 3 times. Me and my friends had been up all night and we ended up getting Chinese food like the next afternoon before we started settling down. And the lady asked him if he wanted fried rice or white rice, but it didn't sound like that. You know, it comes out fried or white rice.
Why?
He kept saying what, and by the 3rd time he said what, he just looked over at all of us like, fucking help me. We're like, do you want fried rice or white rice? He's like, oh. But I've been there in that moment where you don't want to be super rude and be like, I can't. You know, I'm dumb right now. I can't understand what you're trying to say. Like, that was a funny moment. Plus, we had been up for about 24 hours as well, so that we had that going for us.
I wish my story could be as wholesome and accidental as you guys, but it wasn't. You guys know from my history that I was actually raised in a very, very pro-black, anti-everything else household. My dad... many people I know now would consider my father a racist asshole. Of course, these tendencies have died down over, say, the last 10 years. I wonder. But growing up in my father's household, it was my very, very strict father and my 6 brothers. And he raised us, you know, kind of like this reverse backwoods plantation that everyone that didn't look like us had our worst interests in mind. I grew up listening and hearing this on a pretty current basis, not current, but concurrent basis. White, blonde hair, blue-eyed devils. And so that was something I actually grew up listening to. I didn't have any white friends. I wasn't allowed to. I wasn't allowed to hang out with, you know, anyone who didn't look like me. And as a child, you grow up in a household with parents, you think that they're telling you the truth. I mean, it's just the way it is.
Judging by your current white friends, I'd say he was right.
Well, this is my wife, right? Now, this happened to me when I was 18 years old. 17 years old, I'm sorry. Because my family skates. We did very avidly, really good skaters, my father, myself, and all my brothers. And we were at this place down here in Atlanta called Sparkles, and it's usually an all-black event. And back then I was really in shape. I was nice. Anyway, this white girl came out of nowhere. It was like a warp in time space. All of a sudden on the floor, there's a very attractive white girl skating towards me. She's in the same age group as me. Just fair skin, beautiful. It was a beautiful girl. Very beautiful. And so she skated up to me, and I was skating backwards, and I didn't know what to do. She just came up to me, and my father's there. He was standing on the side. And she said, "Excuse me, can I skate with you?" And I looked over, and I saw my dad and like my brothers look like Black Panther congregation sitting over to the side. They're kind of looking at me like, "What you gonna do, cuz?" And I just said the truth to her, and that was the most racist moment of my entire life. I've since made up for it many times. But I looked at this young lady, and she was probably 16 or 17. I said, "I'm sorry, I don't skate with white girls." And she said, "Oh, this is like, I swear to God, I know what it's like to be a white racist, because this is the shit that's happened to black folks for generations." But I said to her, and she, like, her jaw dropped. She was like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Yeah, and you just changed her outlook now. She sees it from the other side now.
Right. It's okay all the time. This lady probably now in her mid-30s probably hates black folks. They're just inconsiderate, racist assholes. And so she started skating off the skate floor, and I'm looking at her, and I saw my dad. He just looked at me and just gave me that father nod, like, "Good job. I'll make you some pinto beans and macaroni later." And I looked at him, and then this girl, she just skated off the floor. She skated past the bench. She swooped down and grabbed up her shoes and her purse and didn't stop, and she skated out the front door. And at the time, my dad, on the ride home, my father was like, "Yeah, Brett, I'm going to start calling you the Iceman." He said, "You cold as ice." And as a child, I'm like, well, are they supposed to be? And, you grow up and you live and you learn and you actually meet people like you lovely white guys. And your perspective changes it, and that wasn't an accidental thing. And it's, for me, that's something I'm very ashamed of, but it's also a part of my past that just is the past.
It's how we learn, though, right? It's like,
exactly.
That's why I don't really mind sharing stories like this, because I am ashamed of it. But it's also how you learn, right? It's how you move on. It's as you grow older, you're able to put yourself in other people's shoes better. You're able to sympathize with other points of view. It's just, there's mistakes. There's the way, things that happened to you when you were a child. Like, for me, when I was a kid, there were certain words that were completely acceptable to use that are definitely not acceptable to use anymore.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, it just,
100%.
Language has changed in that way. And I can see why. I mean, like, using a word that is a descriptor for one group of people as an insult for other group of people, you can totally see how that makes the descriptor feel, the people who are described feel demeaned, right? Like, but we just didn't. I don't know if we didn't know that back then.
Evolution, right?
Yeah. So it's like, as we learn, as we get older, it's consideration. Yeah, totally.
Consider it.
So yeah, and unfortunately, you still make mistakes sometimes. But as long as you try and learn from those mistakes, and you try and grow as a person.
I have sex with a white woman as much as I can.
Every day, Beasley is putting his ass on the line, trying to make up.
Hers on the line.
That Atlanta Anaconda, we know what's on the line. You know what I'm saying?
Side note, when I first got with Kate, right? And so in my young, well, not really young, my black mind, never really been with a white chick before. Kate was the very first one. And I never, in person, saw a white woman nude. And so, this young tenderoni, she's getting nude, and I'm looking at her body. I'm like, this looks amazing, but it doesn't look done. So it must be cold. And in my mind, I'm thinking this, and I told her about it years later. When you see like a raw steak, it's nice and pink. And then when you cook it, it turns brown and it's nice and warm. And I'm like, this thing has to be cold. And then I found out I was wrong.
I was wondering where you're going with that steak analogy.
Everything that's pale doesn't have to be ice cold. Sometimes it's hotter than fire. And that's my story.
Well done.
All right. I think that's going to wrap up the show then.
Thanks for hanging out with us, guys, and be sure to give Gary Diaz your love. We miss him, and we wish him the best.
Tell him the baby is due in 9 months. I am going to sue for child support if he does not start coming back around.
That's true.
I don't know how long he's going to watch, the royal wedding. I don't know if he's like outside of the Windsor or wherever they're at now with his little.
Do they get Wi-Fi at the palace?
I don't know.
We got that. If you have any questions, you can email him. Gary Diaz 86 at Sony Interactive. That is direct line. If you want to hit him up, definitely tweet Sony and let them know that you approve of them hiring Mr. Diaz.
Or get the PS Vita 2 division.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Y'all are gonna be blown away when Gary Diaz is presenting the Vita at this year's E3. So
he'll come out there, have a handful of panties. And a new Vita in his hand.
I absolutely almost forgot. Speaking of Gary Diaz,
get this fact out there.
We have another Cisco fact for those out
thank
there.
God. In honor of Gary Diaz. Cisco fact of the week.
Gary Diaz. So, Cisco fact. Here we go. Trivia. He was the 5th housemate to be evicted on the British reality television show Celebrity Big Brother in 2010.
Out of how many?
Let's find out.
Oh, you weren't prepared for follow-up questions. I'm sorry.
Find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20.
Oh, he was number 5.
You didn't make it very far then.
They didn't like him because he didn't speak real English.
You know what it was? I bet it was that platinum hair. Everybody was very uncomfortable with that hair.
Just intimidating.
Very uncomfortable.
Or a thong the whole time.
The thong. Yes. The thongs.
The thong song.
It's not that you look bad naked. It's just the thong, man. I'd rather you walk around with pants on or naked. It's the thong that I don't like. Very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable.
Provided you don't hide it.
I've been wanting to try it, Briar, but now that you've said it's very uncomfortable, and I believe you.
I can't imagine. I've never put on a thong. I've never tried it myself, so this is this opinion comes purely out of ignorance. That does not look like a comfortable undergarment situation.
No. I mean, for me, I'm very particular about my rear area, and sometimes when my butt cheeks close, I get mad. I don't like anything touching me back there.
Yeah, so banana hammock also equally uncomfortable.
If there's a shoestring that's just grabbing me there. It's like
having a wedgie 24/7, isn't it?
They make you want to turn around and punch the shit out of the person. Buffalo? Gas station. Shit.
Oh my goodness. All right. Where do we go from there, boys?
Let's sign off. Thank you guys for watching. We are having a bit of technical difficulty with the iTunes feed, but we'll get that back on track. We're sorry about the delay. Thank you for hanging with us. And we love you. And we missed you. And I can't think of anything else to say, so I'm just going to sign out. Love you. Bye. We're still live. I haven't done it yet. I haven't hit the button.
Oh.
And we're live.